Hello everyone, this is your friend and host, Pop Culture Junkie, to share with you my predictions for this coming weekend's WWE 2019 Royal Rumble. And we have a lot to discuss because there's been some really unusual things happening in wrestling, in WWE wrestling lately. Let's go back to this past week, or past 2 weeks ago. We were scheduled to have Braun Strowman challenging Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. That got scraped and set aside, and they have not said what the real reason is. I don't know if Braun just didn't match up right for them or what, and for whatever reason they decided not to go with Braun against Lesnar. But now all of a sudden we have Finn Balor added to the match instead, and he is going to be challenging Brock Lesnar. John Cena has recently been announced that he is possibly injured and may not even be at the show. He was announcing himself as a participant in the Rumble just a few weeks ago. Now he's out, so who knows what's going to happen. There's all kinds of things up in the air. So let's get straight to the predictions here, okay? Right now there is a total of 9 matches announced for the entire show, including the pre-show. And let's start off with that. Pre-show, we have the WWE United States Championship being defended by Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, if this matchup was to take place at a takeover, I would be glued to the screen and expecting a 5-star classic easily. However, this is going to be on WWE, as in, Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, whatever. They could still easily put on an amazing match, but it's a pre-show match. I don't think they're going to go full balls to the wall, but I hope they will give them some kind of time to at least really give some kind of a great match, because I think these two are very underused and they could definitely put on a great match. Rusev is going to be going solo because Lana is not going to be at ringside. I'm hearing rumors that she might actually be with child in real life, and that might be why she is, all of a sudden missing in action. So it's going to just be Rusev versus Shinsuke. I don't see Shinsuke getting the title back anytime soon, so I'm going to say Rusev is going to win. Probably with a kick to the head, Mashka kick, and that'll be it. So I'm predicting Rusev will retain the United States title. Second pre-show match announced is a fatal 4-way match for the WWE Cruiserweight title. Buddy Murphy defending against Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. This obviously is going to be a very high impact, lots of flipping and flopping, and lots of really good spot kind of match. I'm looking forward to it. I think Buddy Murphy's a really good talent, great champion. So far, every pay-per-view that he's had a match on has been really good. I'm going to say I'm not seeing any reason for him to drop the belt. I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy retaining. So we go on to the main show, and we've got the SmackDown Tag Team title tag team match. The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus defending the titles against Shane McMahon, and The Miz. And this has been a very interesting storyline where Miz has said that because his dad never actually looked at him as being accomplished in any way or any reason to be proud of him, and so Miz wants Shane McMahon to be a tag team champion with him to make his daddy proud, because Shane also wants to make his daddy proud. So very unusual storyline here. I mean, it screams that we're going to see something happen with The Miz and Shane to where they split up. Miz turns heel on him. I don't think Shane will turn heel, but who knows? And it's going to obviously lead to a matchup between the two of them at WrestleMania. Now, they're going into the Rumble for a tag team title match. You could easily say maybe something will happen during the match, similar to Royal Rumble 1994 when Owen and Brett, they challenged the Quebecers for the tag team titles. And during the match, of course, Owen kicked Brett in the knee, and they ended up losing the match. Who knows? There could be something like that happening in the match itself, but I'm going to say Miz and Shane will win the tag titles, and then in the next few weeks something will happen where they lose the titles, probably on SmackDown, and then the breakup begins. Maybe they keep it until Elimination Chamber and then lose the titles to someone else by then. But I'm predicting they're going to win the titles here. So my pick is Shane and Miz getting the win. All right, we got the WWE Raw Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey defending against Sasha Banks. I'm really looking forward to this match, even though the storyline is a little because I don't get it where you have the champion coming out saying, oh, I want her to challenge me, or I want to defend my title against you. They did this almost last year with Nia Jax saying, hey, I want to defend my title against Ronda Rousey. It's like, okay, you want to lose to Rousey. Okay, that was horrible. And they did the same thing this time with having Ronda Rousey come out and say, you know what, I want to defend my title against Sasha. It's like, well, okay. I mean, they kind of changed it real quick during the Moment of Bliss segment where Nia Jax came out and Sasha and her had a little bit of back and forth on the mic, and then Sasha says, you know what, you and me in the ring now, winner gets Ronda at the Rumble. You know, that would have been better. Just don't have Ronda be the one to say, I want to defend my belt against her. Now, obviously, the big rumor, the big assumption here is that we're going to get at WrestleMania Ronda versus Becky or Ronda versus Charlotte or a triple threat. But how do we get there if Ronda loses the title tonight or at the Rumble? So no, I don't see Ronda dropping the belt to Sasha. And besides, Sasha Banks wants to be tag team champions with Bayley, right? So, you know, she's got her own thing to worry about. So I'm predicting Ronda Rousey will get the win with an armbar submission, of course. All right, then we have the SmackDown Women's Championship title match. Asuka defending against Becky Lynch. I am so happy, of course, that Asuka is the current women's champion on SmackDown. Sadly, you know, she's not an undefeated champion. She should be undefeated still and never have lost to Charlotte last year at Mania, but it is what it is. Now, Becky Lynch, of course, is the hottest character on their show, okay, let alone SmackDown or Raw. The whole WWE programming, she is the top character on their show, whether you call it a male or female. She is the top person. Becky Lynch is on fire, I'm loving the character that she's getting to be right now. Should she win the title? Possibly, but will she? I don't think she should. I think there's going to be either some kind of interference, Charlotte's going to interfere, someone's going to interfere, and Asuka's going to end up getting the win. I don't see her making Becky Lynch tap. I could see this ending in a DQ, or I could see it ending in a countout, or if anything, of course, someone is going to come out there, whether it's Charlotte or whether it's Ronda Rousey, someone is going to come out and cause some kind of distraction to where Asuka is able to get the win. So from there, Asuka hopefully will retain the title. Then we have the WWE Championship title match. Daniel Bryan defending against AJ Styles. This one, of course, easily could be match of the night. We know these two are amazing in the ring. The storyline, of course, you got the evil vegan Daniel Bryan against the now super motivated AJ Styles, thanks to getting to slap Vince McMahon in the face a few weeks ago. The storyline, of course, it's kind of weird, wishy-washy. Okay, you know, you have a really popular babyface, Daniel Bryan, now doing a heel persona, which is fine. I like Daniel Bryan as a heel. When he was a heel years ago, back when he was teamed up with AJ Lee, I thought he had a really good heel persona. So I'm digging Daniel Bryan being a heel. I just think this one is a little weird. But I don't see Daniel Bryan dropping the title to AJ. I want AJ to get the belt back again, of course, but I'm perfectly fine with Daniel Bryan keeping the title. So I predict Daniel Bryan will retain the title. So a lot of retaining here so far. I only see one title changing hands. That's the SmackDown tag titles. Then we have Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, defending against Finn Balor. So the rumor I've heard so far is that the reason they didn't have Strowman go ahead and be in this match is because they did not want him to have to take a loss and look weak going into Mania, where he may possibly then have a match against Lesnar again or not. Who knows? If WWE wanted to really make a statement and really turn heads, Finn Balor will win the title at the Royal Rumble. I mean, that would be epic, okay? Doesn't matter what way, by hook or by crook, but honestly, the best way would be literally bell rings, Balor drop kicks Lesnar into the corner, he rolls onto the ground, coup de grace, pinfall 1, 2, 3. It would be amazing, and the crowd would the arena would erupt, and it would be awesome. So that is my wishful thinking. Won't happen. I'm guessing there's going to be about 5 suplexes, maybe 2 F5s. Hopefully they let Finn kick out of at least one F5. Second F5, he'll get the pin, and Lesnar will retain. That's pretty much how it's going to probably go. All right, we go to the Royal Rumble matches. And I say matches because nowadays we have 2 Royal Rumble matches on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Last year we had the very first Women's Royal Rumble. This year we're doing it again. So first off, let's see. So we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. And we have had several folks already introduced as participants. So I'm going to read off the ones that have already come out saying they will be in the match itself. We have Carmella, who, because she and R-Truth won the Mixed Match Challenge tournament, she is going to be entering at number 30. The other participants announced have been Ember Moon, Natalya, Bayley, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Alicia Fox, Zelina Vega, Naomi, Mickie James, Billie Ray, Peyton Royce, Charlotte Flair, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Lana, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and just announced this past Monday during the Moment of Bliss segment, Alexa Bliss will be making her in-ring return in the Royal Rumble match. Why they had to spoil that, I don't know. It just does not make any sense. The Royal Rumble is all about surprises, not knowing who's going to be entering the Rumble next, not knowing who's going to be making an appearance, who's coming back. It's all part of that. It's been part of that for over 20 years now. So that's a total of 23 announced entrants, leaving us 7 spots at could go to anyone. Could be a couple of people from NXT. It could be a couple of legends. We may see like Lita, Trish Stratus show up, Molly Holly, Alundra Blaze, who knows. Could see Kairi Sane or anybody from NXT really show up. I'm up in the air about who's going to show up. We'll see what happens. So my prediction, let's do this. I'm going to say my final 4 for the Women's Royal Rumble are going to be Ruby Riott, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss. And that's if, and only if, Becky Lynch does not enter the Rumble. If Becky Lynch enters the Rumble, and WWE, you have everything going for you right now. All you got to do is the right thing. If Becky Lynch does not win the title from Asuka, then she needs to enter the Rumble, and she needs to win. And then she needs to go on and challenge Rousey at WrestleMania. And there you go. That's your WrestleMania main event. So if Becky Lynch does make it into the Rumble, she needs to win the Rumble and go on to challenge Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. If she happens to win the title from Asuka, she still needs to enter the Rumble, win it, and go on to challenge Rousey. And that would be title for title. That would be amazing, and that would be an awesome main event WrestleMania. Okay, first time ever women main event spot. That would be amazing. That should end the show that night, and the crowd would go ballistic. So do it, WWE. Do it. All right, last but not least, we have the men's Royal Rumble matchup. 30 participants. Winner gets a shot at whatever match they want. Again, they've announced that you get a shot at a world title and a main event at WrestleMania. Of course, every match at WrestleMania is now a main event. Just because you are, quote, in a main event doesn't mean you're at the top of the card at the last spot. It just means you're a main event match. I don't know. So we have, how many entered? How many so far have been announced? Let's see. For the men's Rumble, we've got 20 of the 30 entrants have been announced. So the people that have been announced so far: R-Truth, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe. John Cena, however, he's, up in the air right now. Elias, Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal, Apollo Crews, Andrade Cien Almas, Mustafa Ali, Rey Mysterio, Titus O'Neil, and Randy Orton. So there you have it. Those are the ones that have been announced. That's leaving 10 spots. Could have a few from NXT again. A couple of legends show up. Who knows? So who might show up? I'm thinking maybe we're going to see possibly either Sami Zayn, EC3, could be somebody from Undisputed Era. That'd be awesome. We had, Adam Cole was in there last year. How about we see Velveteen Dream make an appearance? That would be awesome as well. There's also legends that could show up. Okay, you could have folks like Mick Foley, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Jerry the King Lawler. I mean, there's tons of names. I doubt it, but hey, how about Shawn Michaels or Christian or Edge? If they were able to do that, who knows? There could be all kinds of people that show up if they're able to, physically and available, of course. All right, so my final 4 for the men's Rumble, I'm gonna say Andrade Cien Almas, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, and Drew McIntyre. Those are my final 4. And who do I pick for the winner? I'm going with Drew McIntyre. I'd like to see either Samoa Joe or possibly Seth Rollins, but I'm going to say Drew McIntyre. That's the one that's going to win the Rumble. All right, so those are my predictions for the 2019 WWE Royal Rumble. Let's get to some fan questions that people had sent me on Twitter. Let's see, we have Kevin Haig. What do you think about the 4-person announced teams for Royal Rumble, and which 3 NXT superstars would you call up next? I'm not a fan of 4-person announced teams. I'm hardly a fan of 3 persons. I think you need a play-by-play and a color commentator. That's all you need. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler. There you go. Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura and Vince McMahon, Mr. Perfect and Vince McMahon, Rowdy Piper and Gorilla Monsoon. Okay, you need somebody that's going to provide the entertainment and somebody that's going to provide the actual play-by-play of what's happening in the ring. That's all you need for a good commentary team. That's it, okay? I mean, right now we've got Corey Graves and Renee Young. Perfect. Put them on there and just have them do the entire Rumble. You have a male and a female perspective, and you have Renee Young who can do that serious play-by-play, and you got Corey Graves who can provide the the feisty, evil, cutting jokes and making funny little comments. Or you can flip the roles on them, and they could both do it. So do it that way. There's no reason to do 4-person teams on a commentary table. Okay, that's just ridiculous. Which 3 NXT superstars would you call up next? Very hard because they've got a lot of people coming up now that they're not really sure what to do with. I mean, look at what they've done with them on SmackDown and Raw this past couple weeks with EC3 and Nikki Cross and everything. It's just crazy. But which 3 would I like to see next? I'd like to see Kairi Sane. I'd like to see Velveteen Dream and Ricochet. I'd love to see those 3 come up. Samantha S. asks, what would be the best outcome at Royal Rumble for the WrestleMania Raw title match? The best thing for me would be to either have Seth Rollins or Samoa Joe win the Rumble and go on to challenge whoever is the champion. I mean, how amazing would it be? Seth Rollins wins the Rumble, Finn Balor wins the title, and you have Balor versus Rollins. That would be an incredible match. On top of that, you have Balor versus Samoa Joe, incredible match. Or Joe versus Daniel Bryan, and book it right. Or, heck, Styles wins the title at Rumble, and you have Joe versus Styles. They already have a great storyline from last year that they can just continue on, and they're going to put on an amazing match. So any one of those would be awesome. Will they go that route? No. I would not be surprised if we get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. All right. Real Sergeant Tom asks, do you think there might be a big twist or someone out of retirement that no one will see coming in their desire to turn around ratings and please the hardcore fan base? Now, I don't really know now because we had the whole family come out at the end of the year saying, we're going to start listening to y'all, and you're going to be the ones that, make things the way you want it to be, and you're going to be the authority now. But we're still seeing the same stuff. We're seeing a little bit of something different, but it's still not what we want. I mean, who wanted Bobby Lashley to win the Intercontinental title? Not me. Who wants to see Baron Corbin and Elias every week? Not me, okay? Who asked for this bizarre marriage breakup storyline between Mandy Rose and Naomi? Not me, okay? It's bizarre, these storylines they're coming up with. It's like, again, they just like to challenge themselves. Like, they'll really like these ideas, but let's do this one and really try to push it. But yeah, do I think anybody might show up? I mean, I'd love to see, a surprise appearance from anybody. Who could come back? Like, who is somebody that we haven't seen in a while that hasn't made any kind of an appearance or anything for a while? We just had Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and Kane and Triple H all showed up at, the Crown Jewel show and such. But who haven't we seen in a while? I mean, I'd love to see Stone Cold come in just for a brief bit at the Rumble. That'd be awesome. The Rock. Batista's rumored as well. I didn't mention that yet. There's a big rumor that Batista may show up to make an appearance in the Rumble. That would be great. That'd be fine. But I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head that's actually possible to show up and physically able to. Okay, that's the other thing. I mean, how many people out there want to see Goldberg make another appearance right now? He ain't going to do it, but still. I mean, we need somebody that can actually get in the ring and go right now. So I can't think of anybody else except the few names I just shared. All right, Josh Floberg asks, why did WWE tell us that Alexa Bliss will be in the Rumble match? That would have been a huge surprise. Yes, it would have, wouldn't it? And they completely spoiled it. They ruined it. I mean, the audience would have been, they would have gone nuts. They would have gone crazy. Her music hits, and you're like, what? She's been injured all this time. And bam, she shows up, gets in the Rumble. I mean, it would be awesome. That's the whole point of the Rumble, is surprises, not knowing either who's coming next because you don't know who has what number, and then the sheer shock and awe of, whoa, I didn't expect this person to be in the Rumble, or, whoa, we haven't seen this person wrestle, or whatever. It's just like, let us have just a blank canvas going in and just show us what you're going to paint as it's being painted, and let us enjoy it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Josh also says, who do you think will last the longest in the Rumble? So, the term would be like an Iron Man, basically. Who's going to go the distance, or at least who's going to be the one that, does the longest in the match. We've seen, like, Shawn Michaels, Ted DiBiase, Dolph Ziggler, those, Daniel Bryan. Those are marathon men. They've gone, forever, like 30, 40 minutes in an entire Rumble. Who do I think is going to be the, quote, marathon men and women? For the women's match, my pick would be put Charlotte Flair in as your longest person in the women's match, and do it similar to her father, Ric Flair. He came in at like number 3 or 4 at the 1992 Rumble, and that's the one he went all the way and won the title. That would be awesome to be able to say, look at this. Here's Charlotte Flair coming out at number 3, and 40 minutes later or hour later, number 30 comes in, and Charlotte's still in there. That'd be awesome. For the men's, I could see them either going with Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose, possibly. Maybe a Jeff Hardy even. That would be cool, because he hasn't really been on TV in the last few weeks. So I'd like to see Jeff Hardy be in the Rumble that long. That'd be great. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for the questions and the topics. I really appreciate that. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Pop Culture Junk 2. I will be live tweeting during the TakeOver Phoenix show Saturday night, and also during the Royal Rumble show itself on Sunday night. And then Sunday, following the Rumble show, I will be posting my recap, spoilers, and results video. And if you want to send me topics or questions to bring up on that video, follow me on Twitter, and you'll see when I'm posting, and I'll let you know when I'll be doing the video. All right, well, if you are going to be watching the Royal Rumble this weekend or TakeOver, I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully you'll follow along with me on Twitter so we can talk about everything happening on the show, and you can share with me your thoughts. Well, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. This is PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie, signing out.